How many people do you think can accurately answer a question about another country? Why is this important, you may ask? In a world where countries become more and more reliant on one another, it becomes increasingly important to challenge our assumptions, embrace new perspectives, and think critically. That's exactly what I've learned in my honors, the Global Challenge class. This course inspired us to rethink what it means to be a global citizen. Using Adam Grant's Think Again, we explored the value of unlearning and rethinking. And through Mark Gerson's American Citizen, Global Citizen, we discussed the importance of developing the mindsets and pillars needed to understand our place in the world. In Think Again, we learned how questioning our own beliefs and being open to new ideas can transform how we see the world. It encouraged us to embrace curiosity over certainty. We also explored several cognitive biases and fallacies that hinder critical thinking. For instance, the first instinct fallacy reveals our tendency to believe our initial thought or answer is more truthful than revised ones. This class has taught us the importance of revisiting and refining our ideas rather than settling on the first answer that comes to mind. The book mentions desirability bias, which is our inclination to see what we want to see, and how recognizing it allows us to separate personal hopes from objective reality. Confirmation bias, which is our tendency to seek out information that supports pre-existing beliefs, was another key focus, showing the value of actively engaging with opposing viewpoints. It also delved into binary bias, which simplifies complex issues into two categories and portrayed how to embrace nuance, aiding in avoiding oversimplified judgments. Finally, it spoke on the overview effect, where transformative experiences such as seeing Earth from space or traveling abroad can broaden our understanding of interconnectedness and shared humanity. These concepts challenged us to think more critically and expansively, both in this class and beyond. In the book, we learned about 5 stages of citizenship. Citizen 1.0, or egocentric, focuses on personal gain. Citizen 2.0, or ideocentric, is shaped by allegiance to specific ideologies. Citizen 3.0, or sociocentric, emphasizes loyalty to one's community or nation. Citizen 4.0, or multicentric, appreciates and respects multiple cultures and perspectives. And finally, Citizen 5.0, or geocentric, reflects a holistic, global outlook. The ultimate goal is to aspire to be like Citizen 5.0, where we embrace interconnectedness and act responsibly on a global scale. One of the biggest takeaways was how often we, even within our own country, reject opinions that differ from our own. This behavior not only fuels misunderstanding, but also creates barriers to progress and mutual respect. This class has taught me that division isn't just a global issue, it's a local one too, impacting our communities, relationships, and national unity. Bridging these divides requires us to rethink our approach to conflict and engage in constructive dialogue with one another, where listening and empathy take precedence over winning an argument. By doing so, we can create spaces for collaboration and understanding, even in the face of disagreement. The 4 pillars we discussed, opening your heart, mind, eyes, and hands, are essential to becoming a true global citizen. Together, these pillars have reshaped how I view my role in the world. They've shown me that understanding the first 3 makes it impossible to ignore the 4th. Let me break these down for you. The first pillar is opening your eyes. This challenges us to see the world as it truly is, beyond stereotypes or media portrayals, and to recognize the diversity and complexity of global cultures. For example, this class taught me that we can't assume our country is the best in the world without understanding others, appreciating their unique histories, and acknowledging our own shortcomings. My grandparents' experiences abroad highlighted that every culture has its strengths and struggles, teaching me the value of humility and global awareness. Next is opening your mind. This pillar focuses on rethinking preconceived notions and embracing new ideas that challenge our comfort zones. As a Christian, I've learned that humility is key to personal growth, and this class reinforced that message by encouraging critical thinking and reflection. Opening your mind means being willing to admit when you're wrong, questioning biases, and valuing diverse perspectives as opportunities for learning rather than threats to our worldview. The third pillar is opening your heart. This pillar is about empathy and recognizing the shared humanity in others, regardless of their background or circumstances. It's learning to care deeply about the experiences and struggles of others, even if they're halfway across the world, and acting with compassion. My grandparents, as missionaries, lived this principle by dedicating their lives to understanding and uplifting communities in need, showing me how selfless service can create lasting and meaningful connections. Finally, this is the action pillar. Once we've opened our hearts, minds, and eyes, we have a responsibility to act, using the knowledge and empathy we've gained to make a positive impact. Whether through sustainable solutions abroad or ethical decisions at home, this pillar calls us to make a tangible difference, not just by thinking about change, but by actively contributing to it. It encourages us to channel our awareness into practical efforts, whether it's volunteering, advocating for justice, or supporting initiatives that uplift marginalized communities. By opening our hands, we demonstrate our commitment to making the world a better place for everyone. One key insight was about avoiding band-aid solutions in foreign countries. While quick fixes like temporary aid or one-time projects may provide immediate relief, they often fail to address the root causes of challenges, such as poverty, inequality, or access to education. Community-driven change is what truly makes an impact because it involves empowering local communities, understanding their unique needs, and fostering long-term solutions that they can maintain independently. This approach ensures that progress is lasting and culturally relevant, rather than fleeting and externally imposed. Another vital lesson was to not let ourselves believe stereotypes about other countries or even our own. Stereotypes can blind us to the richness and diversity of cultures, reducing people to a single narrative that may not reflect their true experiences. Until we experience a culture or country for ourselves, we risk misunderstanding or oversimplifying their reality, missing out on opportunities to build meaningful connections. By challenging these assumptions and seeking first-hand understanding, we not only expand our worldview, but also foster mutual respect and appreciation for the complexity of others' lives. As a Christian, this class resonated deeply with my beliefs. My grandparents, who spent their lives as missionaries, modeled what it means to engage with the world thoughtfully and with humility. Their stories taught me the value of listening and learning from others. This aligns perfectly with what I've learned about empathy, rethinking, and avoiding quick judgments. Their missionary work exemplified responsibility, a responsibility to act ethically and to uplift others in many meaningful ways. Similarly, my faith reminds me that every person has inherent worth, reinforcing the need for empathy and perspective in my own life. In conclusion, this class opened my eyes to the importance of thinking globally while acting thoughtfully. It's not just about being an American citizen, it's about being a global citizen, and that starts with rethinking, learning, and embracing the world around us. So, what are you waiting for? Go out there, ask questions, and see the world for yourself. You might be surprised what you learn.